traveling with Bert Kreischer on a tour bus is wild. It's an awesome bus. He owns the bus. He bought the bus. We immediately get on, and he starts telling stories about doing Shaq's podcast. So that's just an awesome sit down. I'm hitting the pen. I'm having a cocktail. Just having a great time. We kick it. We party for about 4 or 5 hours. Get some sleep. Tough to sleep on a bus. The tour bus sleep is not ideal. I mean, you're bouncing around in this, panini coffin, and it's just you're just squished down like that, and you're awake for most of the time because you're just anticipating the bus just flipping over into a ditch and tossing you around like a fucking Cobb salad. So tough to sleep, but worth the experience. The arena shows are great, 10 to 15 thou every show. We drove from Buffalo to Erie, Pennsylvania. And Erie, Pennsylvania was a great show. These people are thirsty for entertainment because they live in fucking Erie, Pennsylvania. But I used to go out there. There was a comedy club called Junior's Last Laugh. And so I went out there. I think the last time I've been there, sorry, my mouth is so fucking dry. Definitely don't zoom in on my mouth. It's so, can you tell how dry it is? That's what she said. So we go to Erie, Pennsylvania, and we walk around one day. We go to an outdoors world, which is one of those big, there's guns and beards and flip-flops and more guns and jerky and barbecue sauce and guns and gun-flavored barbecue sauce and vests and fishing poles and fishing lines and wife beaters and T-shirts that look like tank tops and and just goatees and men behind the counter who have a problem with masturbating and domestic abusers and abusers domestically and Kit Kat bars and Cinnamon Toast Crunch and no gays though. It's a big, action-packed, way up in the boonies type of place. But the guns and knives they sell there are top-notch. I think Bert bought a knife. Then we wandered through the mall. I did some mall TVs on my Instagram, where I do the fake trailers with the obscure titles of stores in the mall. That was fun. And then we wandered into a Dick's Sporting Goods, and Bert got us matching tracksuits. And then we walked into a Guitar Center, and Chapelle Lacey, who was also on tour with us, started strumming away. He plays guitar pretty well and was playing some Foo Fighters. And we all started kind of jamming along, and Bert made a little promo video. And then Bert was like, let's buy this guitar. And then he's like, let's buy an electric guitar. Because he got that type of money where you can just fucking buy shit and not think twice. So we're all fired up about it. One of the employees is like, that's a John Mayer guitar. And Bert's like, I've been DMing with John. Let me hit him up, tell him I'm buying his guitar. I'm like, let me do you one better and FaceTime the motherfucker. I'm also friends with him. So I call John. He picks up. They're playing his song, by the way, already in the Guitar Center. So I turn the phone over to like 12 Guitar Center employees, and they all in unison go, hi, John Mayer. It was really fucking adorable. And then we chatted for a bit. He gave us some advice on what guitars to buy. Bert and John fanned it out over watches. I think John was in Norway playing a show. Stud. What a stud, dude. Picks up, chats with us, gives these employees a day to remember, a walk to remember, starring Mandy Moore. And it was a cool day. And then we go to the show, and it's a blast. And then we drive through the night to Dayton, Ohio. Dayton, Ohio is 12 minutes from Yellow Springs, Ohio. Why does that matter? That's where Dave Chapelle lives. And that's where Dave Chapelle is opening a comedy club, and that's fucking cool. He's opening a comedy club in Yellow Springs, and we went through it, and it's incredible. Holy shit. I mean, man, yeah, it's awesome. I can't wait to go back and hopefully perform there, at least watch a show there. But wow, Dave was cool. We chummed it up. We talked about when he was at the store, and I was doing Dr. Phil during his show to him, and he's just a really sweet guy, man, and so funny, so naturally funny. Watching Bert Kreischer and Dave Chappelle swap stories was awesome. Could have done that for an hour. Need a show where Chappelle is mixing it up like that with comedians in his club, because it was just so funny. And I think they were talking about one point, Dave was like, I saw when Natasha Leggero put her top off after you did the improv. And Bert was like, yeah, and everybody was like, yeah, it was wild. And then Dave's like, man, people just taking their shirts off in Hollywood now. I got to move back. And he's just so cool, man. And really kind, really kind. And then we went back to his place post-show in Dayton and partied till about 2, 3 a.m. Got IVs at like 2:30 in the morning. And Dave's just hilarious, generous, kind, and the GOAT. And that's all there is to it. And then we drove to Atlantic City, 10 hours through the night, bumping around the bus, trying to get some Z's, played some NBA 2K, and got to Atlantic City where we did 2 sold-out shows at the Atlantic City Hard Rock. Wow. Amazing venue. Crowds were awesome. Probably the best of the shows we did that weekend as far as stage and sound and aesthetics of the room. You know, an arena is an arena, but this place was like, it just sounded great, dude. And that's what you want. You know, you still want to feel somewhat of a connect with the crowd. And it's not every arena is dialed in with the volume on stage and off. So that was a plus to be able to hear yourself and not have to feel like you're screaming into Stargate. So killer shows. Drove up to Salisbury, Maryland for one more. Closed it out. Had a blast.